Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of MNW Firing Line. I am your host, Joe, and joined with me as always is my co-host, Faye Jinn. How's it going, Faye?
Oh, howdy. Bit of a calm weekend. Got to sit back, watch some of the other shows. Just kind of review everything that's been going on.
Most definitely, but I mean, after this weekend had a fuck ton of wrestling. Like, it's not just MNW. It wasn't just MNW because we did not have a Warzone, but we also had. I mean, it was WrestleMania weekend. It was jam packed full of stuff, and I'm still so satisfied with the Super Card of Honor show. Oh, that was so good.
Oh, absolutely. But one exhausting week. I'm feeling a little refreshed going into Firing Line, so whenever we're ready.
Most definitely. So, going in, like I mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, we only have Friday Night Flashbang and the call out this week. And the call out, it's actually something that is it's something very interesting. And as quoted by the man himself, y'all ain't ready. So, yeah, going into it, ladies and gentlemen, the April Fool's Day episode of Friday Night Flashbang begins with a little bit of words from the Pumpkin King himself, Mad Jack.
Greetings, Flashbang, to the Day of Fools, April Fool's Day, the official holiday. Not the official holiday. I guess that would be Halloween. One of the many holidays used to celebrate your favorite trio's champions, Doom. Now, unfortunately, I can't enjoy today as much as I was planning to because of a couple of cheaters. That being El Pollo de la Muerte and Demolition Fox, the craftiest of foxes and chickens, working together to screw Doom not once, but twice. First, via countout, and second, via a match restart that the champions did not agree to. Also, I would like to demand a rematch. You see, AAA, you're going to learn that you can't trick the trickster, you can't cheat the cheater, and you can't beat Doom. And we are going to do this tag match over and over and over again until you might think that Flashbang is on Monday nights until you give us a fair match. So, Lawson, I will wait patiently for you. Oh, you're here. Ah, Mad Jack, just the person I was looking for. Mr. Pumpkin King, let's start with your ridiculous request. AAA has beaten you not once, not twice, but 3 times now in various matchups between you and your team. Explain to me why I should give you yet another opportunity. Well, it's quite simple, because of the latest commandment of Doom. Thou shall appreciate thy trio's champions. And right now, I don't feel very appreciated. I'm very hurt that you would try to rob us of our titles so close to our 1-year anniversary. Why are you stacking the deck, Lawson? Why do you hate us? I'm not here to play your games, Mad Jack. If you want another match with AAA that is not for your trio's titles, you're going to have to give me a very, very good reason as to why I should make it. Otherwise, the next match you have with AAA, I should say, will be for your trio's championships. All right, fine. Here's the deal, Lawson. If AAA agrees to face us here tonight, and they beat us without cheating, we will put up our belts before the next breakdown, which means before our 1-year anniversary. But only if they don't cheat. An interesting proposal. I'm actually surprised, Mad Jack. I didn't think you had any clever ideas left. But I'll tell you what, you've got your match. Demolition Fox and El Pollo de la Muerte versus you and Xerxes. And if AAA wins, they get their trio shot before breakdown. Wonderful! Excellent! Now, I would like to point out one other thing. Since it's April Fool's Day and all, I just wanted to ask if you've had any issues lately that Doom could clear up for you. You know, maybe some unwanted guests that have come through. I don't know, from, let's say, other multiverses. That is a situation I'm going to deal with later tonight. Oh, and if I find out you have anything to do with the chaos on today's date, believe me, Mad Jack, I will make your life a living hell. No, I'll make it worse than a living hell. I'll make it a living fairy tale. I know how much you hate those. I remind you, I run this show, not you and not anyone else. Me? Unleash chaos into the multiverse? Doom would never. I would never, ever, under any circumstances, make your life a living hell either. No, we can be partners. We're working together. Doom making your show look good. You making sure we don't lose these belts. It's a partnership. Don't worry, Lawson. I've got you. Yes, well, that's very comforting. But later tonight, I will deal with that situation, and I will talk it over with the man that defends the multiverse, that being the interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser. But for the time being, go get ready for your match. Stay out of trouble. And oh, believe me, if you think I've messed with Doom now, you have seen nothing yet, Mad Jack. Do not push me. I'm not in the mood. Now get out of my ring.
So, being April Fools and all, there appears to be some trickery that's going to be explained later on in the nights. But I thought it was over, but no, it had one less one in there. So, back on track. So yeah, Doom versus AAA are going to be, I believe that this would be the third time that they face each other in tag team competition. But either way.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I'm sure a good way Mad Jack might put it is they'll be here till the cows come home. I'll be honest.
I'm also thinking that, like, it feels... Like, I'm not going to try to besmirch Doom's name or anything, but it feels like Mad Jack's trying to put off the title match until after Breakdown.
It would be very nice to have a 1-year anniversary. Just go out and celebrate. I don't know what Doom would do for 1-year anniversary. Go around reverse trick or treat or trick or trick. Who knows?
That is a very interesting thought. Like, I'm just imagining, like, Zarakis giving out books to people. Or something, like, I don't know. Like, or like, I don't know, what would an April Fool's joke for Mad Jack be besides, I don't know, possibly letting in a bunch of people from across the multiverse. Gee. Anyway.
Oh, I got someone putting out on Twitter, one actually from Satirius, that his brother and himself are already home. I wasn't referring to you, but I'm glad you're home. I hope you had a wonderful getaway trip. And one from Mendez, the 1-year anniversary of them was actually this past Monday. I wonder if Magic just forgot.
Magic's been going with a lot, especially with AAA. Because, like...
Yeah, he is rather focused on them.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like, and so we're going to be seeing Poyo and Demo going up against Mad Jack and the Night Ripper Zarakis later on in the night. But first, we have our patented... Wow, really? It just took out the entire thing? Okay, that's fine. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I have got to make a quick little fix here. Because, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have our Flashbang promo of the week. And, as I'm stalling for time, this one, there was a lot. I just want to kind of lament real quick how good the promos were last week. It was a tough choice to pick them.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like some of the C101 exhaustion has finally been wearing off.
Right?
Most likely as a result of the ultimate culmination of the champion Ginger Boy having completed his match against Aqua Duo for the Multiverse Heavyweight.
Like,
you know, everything's sort of just kind of going back to normal, or as normal as Flashbang can be.
Yeah, because like Matrix put out a fantastic April Fool's promo. The Soul Train, might I mention, put out a freaking amazing one, especially with there's going to be a challenge for this coming Friday show. Johan Mjolnir, the CG Ghost, and the Punk Master Ghost are going to be taking on the Grand Equation. Lionel Matrix, Hey Mr. Rabbit, and the cult classic himself, Henry Colt. I mean, fucking Alexis Edmonton's promo was fantastic. It's like everyone's finally trying to figure out, okay, where am I? How do I do this? Okay, the brass isn't really doing too much, so I'm just going to put myself out there. And it has been
that's
phenomenal.
the way to do it. You in a business like this, you don't want to wait around. You got to put yourself out there, especially for the crowd who wants to see you.
But only one was the winner. And ladies and gentlemen, please listen to the words of the madness.
All right, class, somebody tell me, what did we learn today? Terry.
Why balloons make for bad diuretics?
No. Stacy.
Carrier pigeons can't survive Mach 7 speeds?
Close, but no. Yes, Luke.
Fuck around and find out?
Correct! So, time bandits, now you must ask yourselves, what we learn? You want to play dirty? I'll bring the mud. You want to have some fun? Well, nobody, and I mean nobody, has fun quite like the Mad Tino Heat. Here is what you forgot. I was a member of the cartel, one of the best, in fact. And no, I'm not saying that because I just happen to be one of the only members of that faction to hold a title belt, but rather because I make the meanest, mouth-watering Mary Macchiato moonsault this side of the trash kingdom. So, if you really want to get to us, you're gonna have to do a bit more than jump us before a match and call us names. But, like I said before, no ill will. This was simply getting even. And now, we can get back on with our regularly scheduled program. Your title match. One that I am looking oh so ever forward to. Isn't that right, Kuso? She's nodding. You can't see it, but she's nodding. We here at the Mad World seem to leave a bad taste in your mouth. But here's what you must remember. I am not Victor. We are not the cartel. Once our match is over, we'll be more than happy to buy you a drink or 12, regardless of the outcome. But until that point, it's on like Conky Dong. See you soon. Sorry.
I ended that a little too early, but this culminates. This is a match between Kuso Kale, looking like the Mad Jester Fool, going up against Thunderbolt. Something Thunderbolt. God, that was a crazy scene for freaking Cody on Saturday. Anyway. Starting out pretty strong here with Thunderbolt just trapping in Kuso with with that leg lock.
Absolutely, but he better be careful because as the Mad Jester Fool especially, they are very, very light and springy, I would actually argue, on their feet. Definitely something to look out for. It's not something I see very often. We have some very agile individuals, but they're more so just quick and speedy. Not as much acrobatic, which is something I personally love to see in the ring.
See, in a couple of like you said, the agile nature of of what the Mad Jester Fool brought to the table back when Kuso was wearing the mask, which is kind of crazy because I think she wore it with a helmet on underneath, which I don't know how comfortable that is. I assume not really. But couple that with not only that, but like the precision that Kuso brought, that she brings to the table. Like, she is definitely one of the more lethal strikers that Flashbang has. She also has like a I guess like a fun little talk shit get hit side to her. She like it's like she acknowledges the shit talking, but she's like, ah, that's cool, but I'm gonna have to beat your ass.
I can't really. I mean, that makes sense. I don't really see. It's Mandalorians, right? I don't really see them doing that. Maybe they're a little crass sometimes, but they don't really talk shit. They just get shit done.
Yeah, like especially with Hutch. Like Hutch is very.
Very no nonsense.
Yeah, you kind of can see that with how things are currently playing. Uh, Especially with his wife here continuously not saying anything to him, even though the madness has made mention of, but we've told you what's been going on. You've just been not listening. Ooh, little eye poke there to the eyes of Thunderbolt. Trapping him in a headlock, Thunderbolt breaks right out, and swift kick to the freaking abdomen. But Kuso just gives him some receipts. Ah, man. He's really laying it into her.
Absolutely. A very brutal competitor once he gets into it.
Yeah, and like, this is also coming off of the loss that he had, that he, Sandman, and Creation had the past Saturday back at Future Shock, where House Caliban lost to the Murder Cave.
Absolutely. Now, House Caliban is absolutely stuck on the flashbang side of things. They are forbidden to an extent from Warzone and in its entirety. So being stuck on this side of the shows is more than a little frustrating, especially as Dr. Grimm still has possession of the device. As we can see there, right there, Thunderbolt just throwing strikes, nobody home, and Jester's just waiting, catching him, like toying with him, rather. Taking advantage of all that anger that's going nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Money or your life locked in. Is Kuso going to tap? Just retching at the neck of the Mandalorian, but Kuso breaks right on out. Yeah, I'm curious yet terrified about what this device is that Grimm has, that Caliban was very nervous about, to say the least. And here we have Kuso trying to go for a pin, but Sandman interrupting. I think like a bunch of people, since the Mad World are kind of cartel adjacent, are trying to play on the cartel's level to kind of wrestle away, pun not intended, the title belts away from them. Because if I remember correctly, this is in 3 months at Multivania is going to be when the Mad World. Oh, here we go, Money Your Life, and Kuso taps. But yeah, money. Let's just say in 3 months, Mad World's title reign is a year long, and but yeah, I'll mention this later. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Thunderbolt, and here we see Sandman bringing in a chair to Thunderbolt, and oh, Thunderbolt's trying to attack the ref.
I was worried about this. Remember what I said about anger, and Madness is not having enough of it. The attack pre-ring for one of their matches was already enough. This is just insulting to him. I can just see how frustrated he is.
Because I believe that he was attacked. I swear, it's lingering. I believe, if I remember correctly, that Madness was attacked prior to the match even starting, and they didn't put him down terribly too long, as you all can see. But yeah, Madness with the save, and everything that Madness has been saying is kind of coming true on this. It's like, it's almost as if, like, I guess you could say the alignments have shifted to where the Time Bandits are kind of the more chaotic of the group, and yet the Mad World are more doing everything by the book, so to speak. If that makes any sense. It's kind of crazy, actually. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the cartel, we have a promo from the World Heavyweight Champion himself, Victor Vicious.
Well. Looks like our old pals seem to be a little bit busy with the time bandits. I always told you those schmucks were no good. Nobody believed me. Nobody wanted to cheer us when we put House Caliban in their place. But now you see their true colors. Speaking of seeing people's true colors, where's Spike? Where's the big bad #1 contender? I heard he's in the building tonight, but I didn't see him last week. I didn't see him this week. He must be hiding. Must be a little scared. Quite frankly, I don't blame him. But week #2 of the cartel strike is in full force. So guess what, dead man? You ain't getting your hands on me here tonight or any time in the near future. Not until the cartel starts getting the respect they deserve. Start with Hutch getting the damn title shot that he was promised. Which means you, Donkey Kang, you don't get to get whooped either. You should be thanking me that I don't bury you 6 feet under like that pretty schmuck. You are all going to learn that this is my show, regardless of what Lawson says. The cartel runs it until we start getting treated with some respect and on the same level playing field that everybody else gets to play on. We're on strike. Better yet, we're on vacation. So it's up to you, Lawson. Give Hutch what he deserves, or your world champion ain't gonna be doing any fighting anytime soon. Them's the breaks, kids. Deal with it.
Victor Vicious declaring that, I mean, for one, the cartel's on vacation. So, until Hutch's match with Brawl Kaiser comes to fruition, they're not going to be showing up on the show. I'm going to wait until this past Friday to believe that, if I'm being completely honest, for one. And for two, just once again calling out Spike on his stuff.
It's very interesting to see. I guess it does kind of bring up a bit of a problem if your title holder wants nothing to do with your side of the show. I mean, I'm sure Lawson can do something to get Victor back and the cartel back in the ring. But people have just, especially from Mr. Rabbit, well, people have been frustrated with Lawson and the way things are going on the show.
Yeah, like, Lawson is... I don't know what's been going on with Mr. Lawson so far, because he's showing a bit... I guess it's just because of, like, the nature of Multivania coming soon. Breakdown's going to be in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, the week after this coming Sunday. So it is a time for people to try and get their name on the card. And I mean, you get your name on the card, you get that fat pay-per-view cash. So I mean, I can see why they want to. I can see why they're trying to get there, but I guess Lawson's showing some bias in the trying to fix the chaos, if that makes any sense.
Well, hopefully it does get resolved, because there's nothing worse than getting all the way to Multivania and not having any of your main competitors on the cards.
Yeah, especially...
That would be a worst-case scenario.
Oh, God, yeah, especially when you have a #1 contender, like, just who's primed and ready, and a champion who's ready to just get it over with, and a pay-per-view coming up, and yet the champion's like, nah, we're going on vacation. Like, we're good until we're done until this thing happens. But yeah, until then, We will have to see the developments later on in the night, as well as this coming Friday on Flashbang. But until then, we have a bit of a training arc to go through. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is a trios match with the Troll Train, Tigeri and Johan Mjoln, with Tiki the Troll going up against the Prince Dome, Aristocratic Canid, Sir Reginald, and Sir Percival. So, the Troll Train here are still looking for that elusive first win. Johan had a chance in a showcase match weeks previously, but unfortunately got tapped out by Lionel Matrix. Tiki and Tigeri have not really been seen terribly too much, but it's always good to see these three in the ring, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be in agreement, especially with the self-imposed challenge that each of them has.
Yeah, but their opponents are going to be like tough competitors, to say the least. Because like coming up, we have the Aristocratic Canid, one of the earliest rises in the company. Right? Like, I believe he won 3 back-to-back showcase matches. I mean, it even got to a point where APS had to call foul just because they thought he was using magic to win.
He is as skillful as he is well-dressed. Very distinguished fox.
Very distinguished indeed. I mean, that best of 5 that friggin' him and Brawlkaiser had leading up to I want to say the tiebreaker was at a breakdown 5 is what I want to say. My memory might be failing me. I mean, that match in itself propelled both of these two to superstardom, and then also put Brawlkaiser in the interdimensional championship contention. And I believe that they got to the second round of the trios tournament as a trio.
I do remember hearing about that at some point.
I'll have to double check my old bracket.
Yeah.
But here come his tag team partners. Huh. Yep, and here come his tag team partners, Sir Reginald and Sir Percival. Prince Dome. That's silly, I know. I can't help it. Everyone starts chanting, "You suck," but I'm like, nah, Prince. But yeah, freaking Percival, Aristocratic Canid, and Reginald. Some of the most dapper lads. Some of the more classier ones that Flashbang has. Just strutting down to the ring.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Montoya used their theme back at Future Shock.
Oh, they were probably not happy about that.
Do you think it's just because of Montoya, or just because of it was being used without their permission?
Probably because of how Montoya came out. There were not very nice comments in regards to his wardrobe that night.
Listen, I'm just saying, singlets there's many ways to wear a singlet. That was not one of
But
them.
not like that. Not with the man bun. I agree.
Do not get me started on man buns.
No, you are right. I've only seen maybe 2 guys over my own years pull that off. But it looks like we're about to get started here in a second.
Yep, here we go. Bells being rung. Legs has started the match. We got Tigeri and Reginald, Percival versus Johan, and Tiki in the Canaan.
What just happened?
So, what happened was Reginald punched the referee, and that resulted in a DQ. So, technically speaking, your winners are the Troll Train, and they didn't restart the match. So, the Troll Train each have a win. Yay!
Oh. Well, Well, that is well, a win is a win.
A win is
A little bit. It's confusing, but well, I guess they just didn't have a backup that night for the refs.
Well, here's the thing though, because like I was backstage for Flashbang, and Tiki seemed over the moon about getting the first win. Sayuri had this look on her face, and I wasn't asking any. I wasn't gonna ask any questions. And then Johan, God, he did not look happy. Granted,
No,
he barely.
he doesn't really look happy. I've been hearing, I don't know.
See, he had one good day. He's the kind of guy. I feel like he's the kind of guy who had one good day. One.
True. I hear backstage he's been rumbling a lot about Thunder lately. I'm not sure what that's about.
Only during Warzone when suspiciously when Jean Tristam comes out. It's weird.
This should be something in the air.
I was gonna ask him about.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe just pyrotechnics or something. I don't know. I don't know what the Thunder is about.
It might be, yeah. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna hopefully we have a rematch of sorts this coming Friday. Johan, the CG Ghost, and the PM Ghost, the Soul Train Alliance, is going to go up against the Grand Equation, the Colts Classic Henry Colts, Lionel Matrix, and Hey Mr. Rabbit. But until then. Anyway, until then, we are going to go right into a promo back in the ring with the number one contender, Spike.
Vicky. Ooh, Vicky. You know, I kind of expected this from you. I'm going to be real honest. See, every time you come out here, you open your mouth. You start spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. It's more garbage than a nice pot of gumbo in your mouth. But I tell you what, there, Vicky. You ain't gonna have to worry about old Spike for too much longer. Cause I already know when I'm getting my hands on you. Ain't no reason for Spike to get all stressed out. You see, at Breakdown, on the happiest of all Easters, I am gonna get my shot at your title, whether you like it or not. Don't matter what happened to Hutch. Don't matter what happened to any of your boys. It's gonna be you versus me. And then, it's gonna be time for you to pay up, Vicky, because I'll be very patient. But before you get your hands on me, believe you me, you're gonna have to fight Donkey Kong, or Conky Dog, or whatever his name is. And he gonna put up a fight. He gonna beat you up. He gonna make you hurt. And I tell you, he gonna beat you. Yeah, that's right. He gonna make his DK gonna get his first win against the biggest, baddest mob boss in all of MNW. The man with the world heavyweight title. And then maybe old Spike will give him a title shot once he takes it off of your hands. And Spike gonna be watching that match with a giant grin on his face. That's why you running, Vic. That's why you in here. You accept the challenge, you lay out the challenge, but you scared. You scared because everybody expects you to win. Everybody knows the world champ gon' crush the man with no wins at all. The man who can't help but lose. But what if? Have you thought about what if? What if you just might lose? That's scary.
Spike giving some words of his own. And Spike giving some words of his own, and pretty much it feels like he's trying to say that Victor is afraid of Donkey Kong going into the street fight, even though the odds are kind of in Victor's favor. Although, it's kind of crazy. Victor announces that him and the cartel are going on vacation, and yet he still has the street fight that we've been waiting, like, what, a month for?
Yeah, just about a month, actually. It could just be a tactic from Spike to perhaps psych the champ out. I mean, Victor, love him or hate him, he has been dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot of people who don't believe he's a legitimate champion, that he's a cheat, all these other things. it doesn't help that he believes his faction is being disrespected by the brass and the crowd and all the other competitors. I mean, with the name like the cartel, sure, but everyone has just a point where they get fed up, I'm sure. And Spike probably just wants to rub it in a little bit.
Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Alright, I guess they stepped away for a moment. But, yeah, very interesting. I do hope we get to see the Donkey Kong versus Victor street fight at some point. The odds are absolutely stacked against our fellow, but he's gonna give it his all, I'm sure.
I'm sure, especially with the entirety of House Caliban behind him. Also, apologies for that. We just got some news that my stepdad is getting rushed to the hospital for medical treatment, so I'm hoping.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
It's fine. He's as stubborn as I am, even more, so he'll be fine. But we still have a show to go on. But
that we do. But if anything comes bad, do keep us noticed.
I will. But until then, we have another match to go through. We got Mike Davis of APS going up against Jack the Questionable, the Mark with the shiny golden boots. Oh, meeting him outside the ring, and Jack just lays it into him from the start.
No, these two gentlemen have been absolutely heated against each other. Mike Davis for the interference as he views it from Jack the Questionable, and he wants answers. He wants to know all about that contract, and I believe prior to this, he called Jack down actually to get answers from him in regards to the contract. So if Davis wins, Jack is going to have to sit down and tell him all about it.
Exactly. Like, oh god, the slam from frickin' Jack Questionable, just that. Mike Davis just giving back a receipt. Oof, slapped them. Oh god, I mean, this is technically running it back from the previous week, but who do you have in this match?
Oh, Davis has been on he's been running a little high lately. He's been doing very well in some of his past matches, but Jack, he is a very tricky individual. So I do believe he has the ability to slip out of this somehow, or worst case scenario, it's just going to spill over into another fight outside the ring, and the refs are going to have to break it up, probably.
Yeah, especially with like Jack is one of the more learned people in the on the roster.
Absolutely. And Davis is capable, but up against someone like Jack the Questionable, there are a lot more tricks that I'm sure he's been saving in the bag that maybe Davis is not going to be able to expect.
I mean, luring him into a false sense of security is a definite tactic. And it looks like Mike Davis has got him primed up and ready. Oh, try going for that crossbody, but Questionable catches him. Ooh, nice little slam there.
But on the other hand, if Jack the Questionable can just keep Davis heated and cause him, like I was saying in the prior match with Kuso as the Magister and Thunderbolt, if you can anger your opponent and just get them to waste and expend all that energy, you're going to tire them out sooner rather than later. And
yeah.
But as we see Davis over here with a few roll-ups.
Yeah, like trapping him with the legs and just flipping him on in. That's why you don't really see this. You don't really see Davis using that move a whole lot. I guess he was trying to give Jack a taste of his own medicine. And Questionable, it looks like every time that Mike tries to go for a tries to like get any kind of momentum, Jack just stops him right hard and just delivering a blow like this. That flying knee straight to the head. He's got him trapped in some sort of headlock. Nope. Mike Davis breaks it all out. A little slap there for good measure. And Oh, looks like once again he's trying to give Jack a taste of his own medicine on the just right on the outside.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Ooh, springboard drop kick.
Oh, nice angle on the camera there.
Ooh, almost got a 3 count on that one.
Like I was saying, Jack the Questionable is a very tricky individual.
Now to the corner he goes. Questionable. Back elbow, the reversal. And now the side Uranagi. Go to the top rope. Davis in some trouble.
High rise! Might be time!
Davis might not know Jack, and he got him. Into the cover. Questionable got it too. Yes! After jumping him on the outside of the ring, Questionable picks up the win. And that means Questionable doesn't have to say Jack.
Oh, I would absolutely not doubt it. And the tensions between these two individuals are probably going to be high for a little bit. And if not by manner of the ring, maybe Davis will figure out some way to figure out who Jack the Questionable exactly is working for. Try to piece all of this together. The man has been nose to the ground on the trail for a very long, long time.
I just realized I was muted the entire time. Anyway, but yeah, I know that Jack has client confidentiality, but I will just kind of throw this out into the ether. Why doesn't Mike Davis just pay him for the information?
Maybe just money's not good enough, or just doesn't like Davis, or maybe part of the contract is just a long-term agreement of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, like, if you don't have any, if you don't keep, I'm guessing if the client wants discretion and you don't keep it, then why are they gonna hire you? But from one heated tension to another, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go right back into the ring with a match with the King of the Jungle himself, Shere Khan, going up against Simon the Psycho with the rest of Honor Bound in their quote-unquote corrupted forms. I believe it's the Blood Eclipse de Luna and the Black Hound. Grant Martin.
Got someone on Twitter pointing out that double crossing costs double, Mr. Mojo.
I wouldn't know that. To this day, and I'm proud of this fact. Never had to hire any kind of mercenaries.
Probably for the better. We shouldn't stick our hands anywhere near that.
Oh God, no.
Although I am curious, so it was mentioned out on media and backstage that the appearance of Honor Bound was a bit of a get up, or like just like to have a little fun in the spirit of April Fools. But I'm wondering, because I don't know if that's paint. I mean, it's very convincing. And I think that eye on Simon is I think it's a winking at people. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, we've seen this form of Simon before, where like he unveils his true eyes, and like he takes the blindfold off and then like takes the coat off, and it's like he sheds off. It's like a metamorphosis of sorts. He sheds it all off, and then here he is in one of his, you could say, more deadlier forms. And see, it's like the conversation of Honor Bound has been mostly I guess you could say a confirmation that Simon was corrupting DeLuna and Grant Martin, but and they're saying no, it's a joke, April Fools. I don't know who to believe at this point. The facts are getting muddied.
Yeah, it's a bit of a head scratcher, at least for us. Because I mean, there's like a lot, like especially some wrestlers' outfits. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort into them, and there are a lot of things makeup artists can do. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I've
like, it's just miraculous. Some of the stuff that they can pull off. They can make you age like 40 years.
Oh god, I saw this freaking trailer for a show the other day. It was like putting on like a crap ton of like movie makeup, making you look like a monster or something like that, and going on dates.
Yeah, like a movie monster. I think I know what you're talking about.
The weirdest thing I've ever seen. And yet we work in the multiverse.
Yeah. I mean, it makes stuff like that makes me double think sometimes, because it's like, oh well, you know, some of the stuff maybe it really is just like advanced makeup. But I'm not gonna go ask the guy with the third eye if that's like eyeliner up there.
Well, it's not. I can actually say that because I interviewed Simon the Psycho a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Oh
boy.
It's a part of his, you could say, species. It's kind of like a pact thing that he does with their elder, and the ancient one, and then they get power for hunts. So it's a thing. Ooh, trying to go in for that drop, but Simon gets right out of the way on a nice little belly to back suplex. So far, Shere Khan is a fierce competitor, but so far it's been Simon who's been on the up.
Absolutely. Kind of reminds me actually of I guess like a panther and a tiger going at it, you know?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, I can certainly see Simon and like as that like I would not be surprised if say next week he were to show up and hey, I've grown up back all my fur.
See, it's weird. I've always associated Simon with like if I would have associated him with like an animal, I've always associated him with like a jackal.
Maybe with the smile.
Yeah.
But I mean, his moves are kind of like big black cat, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that Shere Khan hasn't gone full were-tiger.
Were-tiger? Oh, I'm gonna have to go look through some stuff. I've heard about that.
This past breakdown on Halloween.
Oh wow. Well, if these two get at it again, we might see that from Shere Khan in the future. Since he has been calling out Simon for a couple times.
Yeah, and we have a post out on social media. If you actually want to talk about the actual threats to Flashbang, how about the fact that Suicide Gemini hasn't been seen in a few months? And that is completely fair.
Oh, yeah.
On paper, Honorbound has not done anything to warrant everyone constantly calling them corrupted. But I guess it's just guilt by association, especially with who Simon was working for prior to joining Honorbound.
Yeah. It is sort of a, well, that's not an unusual thing to see on Twitter, where people just condemn each other or for things that immediately guess they were done and they were bad. But I don't personally believe, like, if there's a clear difference in the person from today versus a couple years ago, I believe you're a different person, honestly. And it's like, if Simon legitimately, with the Honorbound, I haven't seen anything, like, objectively bad that they've been doing. It's just them going about it in the way they do. And people, I guess, just perceive that in a certain way. Well, I'm fairly new to all this personally, so I just look forward to seeing all of them, honestly. It's like, unless I think they're gonna rip my head off, in which case, scary. Speaking of scary, yes, Suicide Gemini. Yeah, do we know anything about where he's been? Because I've not seen anything from him in at least like 3 or 4 months.
I haven't seen him.
Not even a mention.
I haven't seen him since the ninth round of the C101. If I'm being completely honest. And it's been that long ago. Yeah, Gemini is hatching some sort of scheme. It feels like.
Or maybe he's off stalking Nero. He did have a bit of he kept calling for him. I remember noticing when I went through some of the backlogs, just calling for him, saying, "Oh, I was part of the demise," and things like that. I don't know what all that is about, but he does seem to fixate on certain people for periods of time. Unless he's off, I don't know, maybe stalking someone else.
So the story about that. Okay, so back during this, it's been 3 years. Oh, looks like we got a little thing with Simon. Ooh, Insecurity to the back of his head.
Oh, that is gonna hurt in the morning.
Oh god,
Look at that.
That's gonna rattle your brainstem there. Oh god.
Oh, followed by the spear into the corner, and he's just stalking him. Look at him go.
Stalking his prey. Ooh, Hunter's Bane straight to the back. 2 kicking right out of 2. He usually follows up Hunter's Bane with the I think it's not the howling. It's like some sort of like top rope move. I can't remember the name of it. There's way too many move names.
What's that? What's that? Did he spit or something?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, but it's Simon. I'm gonna get an answer, but I'm gonna get it about 10 minutes later, and I'm not gonna know what's going on. Because
look at him just taking some time to reconsider it. He goes to the top rope here.
Yeah, going for that frog splash. 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Simon the Psycho. And he is just reveling in his victory over Shere Khan. Shere Khan, yeah, he don't look too happy. I've seen this look many a times, and he is going to try and get that rematch. He's going to try this again. But to what length is he going to do it, though? That is my question.
Absolutely. He is probably one of the most resilient fighters that we have on Flashbang, in all frankness. It took a lot from Simon to actually put one over on him.
Yeah.
So I believe we'll be seeing a lot more from Shere Khan in the future.
Yeah, but so like I was saying earlier with Gemini, so this was like 2 years ago, back during the 64-man tournament. Gemini and Nero were on the same bracket. Nero Napier beat Gemini using some form of hypnosis. And since then, Gemini has been trying to get back at Nero. So, and that kind of culminated back when he revealed that he was the one who not only attacked Nero Napier, but kind of injured him as well. And yeah, that kind of kickstarted a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's hopefully we don't see anything from him sometime soon. But very interesting history. I'm sure he'll poke his head up whenever if he feels like he wants to come calling for somebody.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
But I do hope Nero enjoys his retirement because he has been having a long rest.
Yeah, especially with if Gemini does return, the first people that want to get back at him most definitely would be Spectre Sonata, since they just remember they did pay off. Gemini did pay off CJR Killer to run over PM Ghost.
Oh, I hate to ask, was he a ghost before that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's still not good, but that would have been a lot. That would have been a lot more dark.
Yeah, believe me, that would have been a story in itself. But until then, so yeah, hopefully we won't see Gemini for a long while, but who knows. Anyway, but until then, we saw Thunderbolts earlier in the night. Now we have some words with the head of House Caliban, Dr. Caliban.
Greetings, Flashbang. I am out here for one reason and one reason only. For those of you who are just joining the broadcast or perhaps missed Future Shock, it is indeed true. House Caliban was unable to exact revenge on Dr. Grimm and Grizzly Adams for what they did so many years ago and what they have done recently to us. Which also means that Dr. Grimm's little toy remains in heat. But that also means that House Caliban and all of its members are now barred from competing on Warzone. And to that I say, you done messed up. Because you see, Murder Cave, we are not the only ones that have an issue with you. And now that we are no longer able to do things our way, there are others who can do things their way. That is not a threat to you, that is a spoiler. For you see, when you burn as many bridges as you have, dear Dr. Grimm, when you cross as many people as you have, Grizzly Adams, soon the Murder Cave becomes less of a catchy name and more of a very apt place that you find yourself. Except it will not be you that do the slaughtering. You, four, shall become the lamb. And I, for one, am looking forward to you being silenced. That notwithstanding, the attention of House Caliban now turns to Donkey Kang and his inevitable match with Victor Vicious, but more importantly, this feud with the Mad World over the tag team titles. I've been seeing social media blowing up about the Time Bandits being evil. I can assure you Thunderbolt and Sandman were simply taking my advice. That the Mad World was going to lie, cheat, and steal their way to retaining their tag titles. They have simply taken the fight to a team that no one has liked. Whether under the cartel banner or not, you two have shown your true colors. A mercenary and a chaotic being that we know is human, or so we assume is human. Both of you are not good individuals. And so we will relieve you of those titles quite soon.
Some strong words from the good doctor, Dr. Caliban. Lamenting about the loss at Future Shock, as well as, I guess, backing up the actions of Thunderbolts and the Sandman.
Very interesting to see. Not entirely dispirited, the Doctor. And he does raise a good point. Among Murder Cave, they have indeed made plenty of enemies among the Warzone and Flashbang rosters. Without House Caliban specifically leading the charge, that is not to say that some others might not come knocking outside the Murder Cave. So it might only be a matter of time before someone else, I won't say they'll dare to go after the device, but they'll certainly want to go after individual members.
Yeah, it looks like. And so it's just pretty much becoming a thing of Caliban just convinced the boys to play on the Mad World's level. And it's not working, I think. Like, at the very least, because, like, Sandman and Thunderbolt are a brilliant tag team. In my opinion, they just need to take it to the ring. No extra stuff, no outside brawls or anything. Just take it into the ring and you can just settle it there. Mostly because, I mean, they are a very gifted tag team. Like, I can't say that enough. But until then, we go back down to the ring for a tag team contest. The Abyssal Void, Lord V, and the Claver going up against Helixux and Ramon. Oh, God. This is a titanic match, to say the least.
Oh, no, absolutely. And we're not just talking about statures, good lord. We got some beefy men in here. Just towering, just dwarfing the ref.
And the power that each individual can puts out. Jesus Christ, man! Like, you got the Cleaver and Lord V, who were pretty much the enforcers for the old Empire of Terror. Helixux, a former MNW heavyweight champion, and Ramon, the Jester of MNW. Like, that punchline is no joke. Pun not intended.
Oh, and I would be in agreement, although he's gonna have a bit of a hard time up here against Lord V.
Yeah, especially with...
He's just a brick... He's just like a brick wall of a fight? I don't think that's how that would be worded. Definitely a very firm obstacle, just absolutely monumental.
He's like a brick wall that can moonsault on you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it doesn't help with the freaking shapeshifter stuff that's been going around. Like, no one knows if it's Lord V, nobody knows if it's somebody else.
Yeah, APS, Mike Davis, they tried to get Abyssal Void down for a bit of an interrogation, and the Cleaver showed up with the Citric Cane, of all people, I recall. They did not get their answers out of that match very easily. They're still on the hunt, as we know, but it looks like Lord V is back from wherever his small hiatus was.
I'm still kind of curious what the Citric Cane has a connection, like how the Citric Cane is connected to Cleaver and Lord V. Cause I don't know if they're like a hired muscle or something, or what was going on with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, because as is, Citric Cane has not addressed any of the shapeshifting allegations. And like I was pointing out on our last broadcast, I'm not sure he even cares if someone were to bring it up. He just wants to do his own thing, and the shapeshifter can do whatever.
I mean, he was very quick to bring up the attack on Hutch and Balkaiser. So I'm sure...
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Yes, it seemed to me pretty obvious that he was the one who did that back ring, because he's been frustrated as a result of the match, the several contention matches, in which Hutch eventually did pull off as the victor, but much to Citric Cane's extreme frustration. I have never seen an orange get so angry in my life.
Not here, but elsewhere I've seen a form of the Citric King kind of go ham. And that was just because of a Juice Empire. In Tropicana. We are not sponsored by In Tropicana. Oh, look.
Tropicana whoop ass.
Oh god, the finishing move of the old Four Horsemen. Ramon looks like he was trying to stall the ref. Go over that cover. 3. Abyssal Void, Lord V and the Cleaver get a pinfall victory over Helix and Ramon using the old finish of the Four Horsemen.
It looks like Lord V in the corner over there caught Ramon when he was probably trying to break up the pin. But that slam had him literally rolling out of the ring in pain.
Yeah, that doesn't send a message. I don't know what does, because holy crap, that is gonna piss off Death royally. If I'm being completely honest there.
Yeah, probably one of the worst people, just across both shows that you want to piss off.
Literally Death himself, and you want to send that kind of a message. No, believe me, You will not come out of the, you will not come out looking pretty on the other side. Yeah, excuse me. But, we're going to go right back down to the ring and hear some words from the good boy, the Sentai hero, your interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser.
Okay, hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brawl Kaiser. I'm the Interdimensional Champion. I'm out here for a very important reason, and that is because, apparently, the Interdimensional Champion is being called on here tonight to defend the multiverse. I don't know what's going on. I just got the memo, but I'm out here, and I'm here to tell you that everything is okay. And it seems that all of you are still in your seats, and time and space has not been ripped open, so we're doing good so far. We're doing great. But while I am out here in my official capacity to defend the multiverse, I just wanted to maybe get some clarification about the situation. Apparently now the world champion is not going to fight until Hutch fights me, and I feel like that's not my fault, but I'm also really upset because I feel like it kind of is my fault, but that's only my own self-consciousness. Right, stick to the cue cards. If there's a way to rectify that situation, I would like to do so, because Hutch deserves a shot, and I just think we should clear all this up. Also, things are getting really hectic, so I would rather wrap that up and, you know, focus on defending the multiverse if I don't lose to Hutch. Oh boy.
Here to appear in the ring again. Back by
Brawl, while I respect you coming out here and doing the right thing and trying to clear up all of these situations, I need you focused here tonight because we have a very, very large problem that has now become your problem. Thus is the life of the interdimensional champion. You've gotten off easy so far. Well, to be fair, I'm a hero by trade, so even when I'm defending this multiverse, I also have to, like, defend the world. I'm also like a superhero kind of a thing. So, yeah, I actually have a lot of... Sorry, I realize that's sounding really selfish and kind of... No, I am here to do my job. Whatever you need of me, I'm ready. Well, whether it was not, it was the doing of the Pumpkin King and his little lackeys, the multiverse has been invaded, and I'm sure you're familiar with how that works. When people invade the multiverse, the interdimensional champion steps up to challenge them. So here, tonight, you, Brawl Kaiser, will be in our main event defending the multiverse. Woo! Yes, I, Brawl Kaiser, will be in the main event defending the multiverse. Oh, no pressure. No pressure at all. Yes, I will do my duty. But as I'm doing my duty, could you... Wow, phrasing. Sorry, sidetrack. Could you maybe deal with the whole Hutch situation and the cartel thing? That would be great, and I'll handle this. Seeing as how this entire title picture has been chaotic, I need to figure out a proper way for you to defend this championship, and I will deal with that next week. Right now, I need you focused. I will deal with Victor, I will deal with Hutch, I will deal with Simon and Grim Reaper and everyone else, but you need to focus. Yes, I need to focus. I need to focus on the main event and defending the multiverse against, so what exactly am I defending against? I mean, if you have any information about who maybe came through, like a scouting report or something like that, or maybe I can, like, get some heads up about literally anything, just so I can do some research and just be ready to go for the, because I really don't want to lose this belt to, like, Invaders. Well, Brawl, you might very well lose that championship, because in the main event, you will defend the Interdimensional Championship. And rather than deal with each of these invaders separately, you're going to deal with them all at once in an 8-man showcase match for your title. I expect you to get rid of every single one. I'm sorry, what? A showcase for my title? Wait, hold on. Wait, showcases are like, they start the show. I don't do, well, I mean, sorry, having my throat. I can do it. I can do it. It's fine. It's only 7 other people that I don't know at all who don't wrestle here. Yes, Brawl, and I expect you to win. Because if you lose that interdimensional championship, Hutch and Simon and Reaper and Victor and everything else will be the least of your worries. Because I promise you, Brawl, if you lose that championship on April Fools and make me look like a fool to the brass, I swear That get off the schneid match will just be the beginning for you. Do not let me down, boy.
A little harsh towards the end from Mr. Lawson there. But, like...
That showcase...
Like,
poor guy.
I understand wanting to keep the title on Flashbang, and I understand trying to kind of keep the multiverse itself in check. I understand that. It's kind of the business that we deal with here in MNW, especially with Brawl Kaiser as the interdimensional champion. But threatening him like that, if he loses, he's going to make the Schneid match essentially look like child's play. I'm not gonna lie. I'm concerned now. Because he that's also because he threatened the good boy.
Yeah, there was a lot of outrage that I was noticing on social media when that announcement was made. And Barbara went to, I think, go have a panic attack again. This is really not healthy for him. I really hope he takes care of himself. And on such short notice, too, because I believe that will be one of the last things we'll be looking at tonight. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And hopefully his little heart, his good little heart, is just beating strong by the end of it.
Like, I mean, I'm just going to say this. Brawl kind of has an existential crisis every week. It's unfortunate, but it's frequent.
Yeah, the pressure from Lawson not helping anybody with that regard.
Well, yeah, and Lawson himself can really hammer the pressure onto somebody. It's nutty to say the least. But speaking of Mr. Lawson, earlier on in the night, we heard from Lawson to Mad Jack that there was going to be one more tag team contest with AAA, El Pollo de la Muerte, teaming up once more. With the Demolition Fox, AAA, going up against the Pumpkin King, Mad Jack, and the Night Reaper, Zerachus, Doom.
And as always, they've very lovingly brought out Macabre's lantern to be with them in spirit.
Was that a pun?
Yes and no. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I'm glad that you said yes first.
How'd you get that one and you missed the Tropicana earlier? Oh well.
I didn't hear it.
Tropicana whoop ass, Mr. Joe. You're getting too used to them. I gotta think of more clever ones now.
I'm not gonna lie, it just kind of went right over my head. Anyway, back into the match itself. So, I believe Mad Jack mentioned that if Doom does not win this match, that they will actually put their titles up on I think it was either this coming Friday or the Friday before Breakdown, which will be, judging about how these things usually go, it'll probably be this coming Friday.
Yeah, more than likely. They're just not going to stop until they think they get a fair match.
I mean, they did just pass, like Mr. Mendez mentioned, that their 1 year anniversary was last week. So, I mean, we're officially in a 1 year plus reign of Doom as the Trios champions.
Yeah, and Doom willing to even put the titles on the line a little earlier than the other due dates.
I'm surprised that the match itself wasn't booked for the next Breakdown on the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have Demolition Fox meeting Zerachus on the outside. And a nice little neck breaker onto the Night Reaper, who is very proficient himself with neck breakers. And about to drop the leg, just placating to the crowd. Guillotine leg drop right onto the neck of Demolition Fox. Whipping him back into the corner, tagging in Mad Jack. Doomsday. Ooh.
Ah, that's you can feel that for a few months.
And Koyo breaks the count.
Absolutely, a very quick count break on his part. Demolition just barely rolling around, just trying to avoid all these cataclysmic strikes. Honestly, Zirkus has rather powerful legs. Just a lot of dropping all of his weight onto a single point. Just terrible. And look at, here we go again. Just planting Demolition Fox's face into the floor.
So yeah, they are, to say that they are, Nightmare Neck Breaker, straight onto the demo. 2, Koyo breaks it out at 2 and takes out Mad Jack at the exact same time. And going in for that top rope, going in for that, looks like it's going for that leg drop. Oh, he gets it on the back of Demo's head. Going for that cover once more. Koyo still up and ready to break up the count. Kicking right out of 2.
Just being gradually, as we see, even more brutal.
Yeah, it's like freaking Zirkus is just kicking it up a notch. I guess he's trying to take this a little bit more seriously. And then a Nightmare Neck Breaker once more, going in for that cover. 1, 2, 3. And your winners, Zirkus and Mad Jack, Doom. It's like they finally got that win over AAA in tag competition, and hopefully we don't. Hopefully there's like not another declaration of cheating.
We'll have to see. They'll probably never be satisfied until they're because they seem rather bloodthirsty. I won't lie.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Yes, a bit. Yes.
I mean, hopefully we see that trios championship title match soon, because I am so looking forward to that, especially seeing not only Doom but also AAA. Like, and I think I can argue and say that's the best 3 combination. So that is the best 6-man competition. 6-man. They chose the 3 more cohesive people in that unit. And, I mean, it shows. But yeah, I cannot wait for that tag team title match. But, speaking of title matches, we have a showcase match for the Interdimensional Championship. Brawl Kaiser takes on 7 invaders of the Multiverse. And here we have the good boy, the Sentai hero, the Interdimensional Champion, coming out first and foremost.
In his brightest and his best. And, oh no.
And coming up second, one of the invaders is King. And then next up is coming from Mortal Kombat as Sub-Zero. And not too far away from when Sub-Zero shows up, we have Scorpion.
Just stalking around, that's normal. It just, death glares.
And also, speaking of death glares, Reptile.
Oh.
And then representing the X-Men universe, we have Gambit. And then we got Darkwing fucking Duck.
I had to just put my. Oh no! Oh no! When I saw him come out, I was stunned in silence, and then I heard very faintly out of the corner of my peripherals, I heard VR Junkie, actually from the stands, just calling out, "Run, brawl, run!" Just sheer panic. That man knows how dangerous our last competitor is.
Like, I was shocked to see King there, and then I was like, oh, hey, cool, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Reptile, awesome. Then Gambit's like, oh, yeah, hey, cool, Gambit. And then fucking Darkwing Duck. Yeah. And then right after that, motherfucking Sephiroth.
Well, that's the One-Winged Angel himself, right? I had my favorites going into the match. I was really hoping to see Sub-Zero get a pin over on Scorpion over here.
Oh god, yes.
None of these individuals are really to be looked down on, but it's just there was a lot of nostalgia in the stands at first. Just so many faces. This is like everything any kid's ever dreamed. It's just like putting all your action figures into a little ring, having them fight it out.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact I saw Jack Andrews' eyes widen once King came out. Fun fact, actually, King was the one who trained Jack Andrews.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Also, maybe a little awkward.
Well, he went under the name Prince Jaguar back when he wore a mask.
A little bit of history. That makes a little bit more sense then, yeah.
And of course, when Darkwing Duck came out, my mind immediately went to, okay, where's Crimson Phoenix? He would be elated to see this.
Absolutely, I'm sure he was. And just I heard way too many girls screaming when Sephiroth came out, I'll be honest.
And then eliminated first is Darkwing Duck. It got a little too dangerous for this vigilante.
People were rooting for him. It's alright though. So one invader down.
One invader down, 6 more to go. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, everybody, and I mean everybody, had their eyes on Sephiroth for one reason, and one reason only. They wanted the One-Winged Angel to hit the One-Winged Angel.
As you do.
Because, like, the move was named after you. How could you not hit it and give the fans what they want? Ooh, super kick from Gambit onto Scorpion. Scorpion kicks right back up. That immortality, that essential immortality of his, just kicking right on in.
I mean, had a certain protagonist shown up, I'm sure Sephiroth would have eventually pulled that out. He just seems to be taking his time, working on the rest of the individuals. As we see, just putting Reptile down into the corner outside here.
And a Creole combination from Gambit onto King. King gets the pinfall. Sephiroth getting the pinfall over Reptile. And now we're down to 5.
Sephiroth held that for about 10, 12 seconds. A good amount of time as well.
I mean, it kind of just shows how freaking tough Sephiroth actually is.
No, absolutely. Nothing tougher than his hair gel, though. Did you see how straight it looked?
Yeah, the man goes through a bottle of shampoo and conditioner a day just to keep it that straight.
Maybe he just needed some extra strength. I don't know how the invasion works. I assume he came through a portal or something.
I assume so. But it's fun.
Maybe just portal fuckery. Who knows?
Man, portal fuckery. Imagine a freaking Shell. I want to say Shell. Imagine if the Pro Tag from Portal came out.
Oh. I don't think teleportation in the ring would be allowed. Although, some high flying in those long fall boots of hers would be very interesting.
God, yes, it was. Imagine like some sort of like stomps with those. Yeesh.
Alright, and Sub-Zero just trying to wrangle Sephiroth over here. Although many people believed Sephiroth himself to just be just the demon among the ranks, none of these other competitors are ones to frown on either. Just Sub-Zero and Scorpion, just being very ferocious fighters in their own element, despite their own tricks and gimmicks. Very seasoned fighters, frankly speaking, just sheer martial prowess, and it shows to have lasted this long. Oh, bro, your hands full.
Death Valley driver onto the champion, but Brawl kicks out at 2. Oh, looks like Sub-Zero was gonna get caught, getting set up for something, but here comes the Creole combo straight onto Sub-Zero, busting him open. 2, 3. Sub-Zero is finished. Fatality. And the last of the Mortal Kombat people, Scorpion, gets pinned by the final boss himself, Sephiroth. And yes,
I was so disappointed. Oh, he's got him in a Boston Crab?
Yeah, Boston Crab with a bit of an assist with the rope there. And looks like Gambit is not kicked. It just flips Sephiroth back onto his back. Looks like Gambit's coming out strong. Kick to the face.
Ref, I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that.
Ooh, another heel to the face. And then another Creole combination. Oh, and he dodges out of the knee strike.
Brawl trying to get his hands back in the fight, get a hold of one of these individuals so he can eliminate them. Looks like he's got his eye on Sephiroth first.
Cosmo impact onto the one-winged angel. Is this going to be enough? No, Brawl Kaiser immediately starts setting up. I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me. The Star Buster! And Sephiroth wisely rolls out of the ring as Gambit gets a Star Buster for his trouble.
Back to back, digging down deep. He's got to pull off a win. Got to pin both of these individuals. He gets Gambit, and he rolls out to get after Sephiroth down there ringside.
The one-winged angel versus the Sentai. Who is going to win? And your winner, and still interdimensional champion, Brawl Kaiser. We did not see a one-winged angel! Sorry, I had to get that out.
The goodest of boys has triumphed, still the R-rating champion.
Seriously, the entire match, that fucker teased the one-winged angel the entire time. He had people up in the electric chair position. Not once did he actually hit it. No, just some freaking drops and some power bombs. You coward.
That's like I'm saying. He thought Cloud was in the ring. I bet you he would have dropped it.
Oh, probably. But you know what? He was probably wanting to save that for like when he won the title. But you know what? He waited a little too long, and he paid for it. Anyway, sorry. That's my rant of the week out there. I love that move. I can't help it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Flashbang, and we have one more thing left to show for you all, and that is the the Flashbang moment of the week.
Interdimensional champion, weighing in at 242 pounds, Brawl! From the multiverse of Tekken, King! From the multiverse of Mortal Kombat, weighing in at 231 pounds, Sub! From the multiverse of Mortal Kombat, weighing in at 233 pounds, oh, there he is!
Oh, he looks so freaking
61 pounds! from the Multiverse of Marvel, 250 pounds, Dark Queen Zone! 171 pounds, from the Multiverse of Final Fantasy, the One-Winged Angel!
The Invaders coming down to the ring and the final entrance of Sephiroth. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your moment of the week. I'm sorry, but that popped way too many people for us to ignore it.
No, absolutely. I think multiple people had their life flashing before their eyes a couple times in that match. Very high stakes, because we, as much as people just like to, think you get to sit around with the interdimensional title. No, you actually have to defend the multiverse from invaders. And if you were to lose, it's not only bad, it's potentially world-ending, and nobody wants that. So there is the prestige of the title, but there's also the responsibility and just the dedication and the strength that you need to carry it through. And the good boy delivers, as he does.
As he does. But that is Flashbang wrapped up in a nice little bow, and you can watch it on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco, Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tune in tomorrow for the Go Home Show. I believe it's going to be the Go Home Show before the next breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. Because if I remember correctly, the way that the brass do it is they take the Friday off and then do the show on Sunday. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Flashbang. We only have one more thing left, and that is the call out with Travis. I fucked that up. That was the Mr. Brown ad. Apologies, let me fix that. Thought I loaded that in. Apparently I didn't. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's the call out with Travis.
Hello there, my name is Maximilian Thunderthighs, and welcome back to the call out. Now, many of you may be wondering, where's our host? Where's Travis? Well, give it 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, I'm here. Where's the fire? Max, what are you doing here? I'm supposed to be on vacation. Don't worry, you are on vacation. I'm covering Firing Line this week. In fact, I've called you in here not for a fire, but a fiery hot interview. Everybody from the Firing Line, please welcome Travis. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm usually not the one on this side of the... Max, I want my... I'm the one asking the questions here. But it's good to have you here. How are you feeling? Well, I feel a lot better. I went and saw some help to calm my nerves, and I'm okay. I'm okay. You certainly had yourself a frightful interview the last time with Wilson. I didn't actually get to watch Future Shock. How did your match go with him? Well, I didn't win, but nothing a little bit of physiotherapy and a little bit of spinal treatment can't fix. Let me get to my first one. So what got you into this kind of business? Why do you want to be a guy who just asks questions all the time? You mean a journalist? Yeah, that's it. Look, my initial response into getting into journalism and asking questions is I like to chat. I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. And honestly, sitting down here and talking with people, figuring out their stories and a little bit of their background history has been fun. Joe and Slick decided to bring me on as one of their interviewers. Joe moved up to the head of Firing Line and, he needed somebody to cover, and I happened to be at the right place in the right time, so I get to sit here and chat with people, and he gets an interviewer. So, about as simple as that. I like chatting. Hot dog! That seems like a bona fide job for a guy like you. Can I ask you, have you had any experience in wrestling before? Not exactly the squared circle, but I have wrestled before. I have about 15 years of judo experience and about 20 years of freestyle wrestling, and about maybe 5 years of folk style wrestling. Folk style? You mean with violins, banjos? No, American style wrestling. So,
while I'm not too familiar with every single move they do in the ring, I do see the body mechanics behind it, and yeah, y'all work very hard. It's very real and it very well hurts. Maybe we need to get you into some spandex. That's okay, I already got a singlet. So, among the entire rosters of Warzone, Flashbang, even a few in the Maelstrom and Dojo and URW and KRDW and all those things, which one's your personal favorite roster, I think I'm supposed to be unbiased about most of this, but to be honest with you, they all bring different things. But if I had to choose one, it would probably have to be Flash. And with that, we're going to move on to the next question. What does it mean to be a wrestling interviewer here? And what are your plans beyond this? Other than maybe trying one day to get back into the ring myself with freestyle wrestling? I don't know. I would love to go and pick up some courses and maybe do what Mike Montoya did. You know, he may be a bit of a rude commentator sometimes, but let's be honest, even though he was scared to do it, he did get in the square circle with Jerry Aldini. And as silly as it was and as short as a match as it was, he finished the match. If that doesn't count for something, I don't know. I'd like to do the same thing he did. Maybe get into the circle one day. Wow, that's some determination. Now, I can already guess who your favorite wrestler is. It's probably going to be Maximilian. Actually, it's Simon the Psycho. I'm actually a huge fan of him and Jagger Blackthorn and Artemis. They're all hunters. You see, I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan, and, well, they're all different types of hunters, and also there's Blight Howlers. I see what you're getting at. So you're a big fan of the hunting realm. That makes sense. Well, before I leave the interview and go out of your office, is there anything you would like to tell the Firing Line audience? Hi everybody, I'm Travis. I'm okay. I'll be alright. And if you want an interview, just send me an email. I'm more than happy to have anybody on the show, even if you're not on Warzone or Flashbang. Come on down. We'll talk and have a really good time. And if you want to see Travis, tune in on Thursdays at Joe_Mojo for Firing Line. My name is Maximilian Thunderthighs, and I won't see you next time on The Call Out. How was that? Was that good? Was that good? Yeah, it was good. Okay.
Oh, crap. I messed that up. Hang on 1 second.
Even see you next time on The Call Out. How was that? Was that good? Yeah, it was good. Okay, this is the part where we make something that's really kind of like funny but not funny. Oh, you mean like a comedy gag bit? You know what? Why don't you just do something funny on your way out? Trip on some stairs? Trip on some stairs. Okay. Whee!
And that's the call out, ladies and gentlemen. And that's also Firing Line. We didn't have any Warzone this week, but we will come right back into Warzone this coming Saturday at twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban, Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is going to be a fantastic week coming into it because because Warzone is officially on the road to Multivania, so stay tuned, and we have a whole bunch of champions to coordinate, apparently. But until then, Faye, as we are winding down here, is there anything that you would like to tell the Firing Line audience?
I hope to catch you all, see all your familiar faces out on Warzone this coming Saturday, and as well as the Go Home show for Flashbang, and not to mention all our setup leading out to Breakdown. We are on the road, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be very, very exciting.
And until then, from my co-host Faye Jinn, I am Jomo Joe, and we are signing out.
Hello, Multiverse! This is the one-man bar fight, Burnout Vaughn, and I'm here to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, because we want you here on the MNW YouTube channel. Okay, is that good? Did I get a take? Do I get paid now?